will drive the next frontier in terms of making innovation in AI. And as a storyteller, honestly, I think about these esoteric topics a lot because a lot of technical people don't understand these topics, but it's now important for us to just sit back, relax, look at AI do its job and how we can nudge it into the right direction, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it all comes down to the skill that you are able to identify amongst yourself, and that is what will help you continue to grow. And
Absolutely.
that would also depend on how well are you able to leverage all of these AI tools and this technology to your benefit. But Shantanu, thank you so much for spending your time with us.
You're welcome, Funny.
It was lovely to see this, and I'm super excited to see the final version of this as well.
Okay, awesome. Coming soon. I'll sit on it very soon.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you.
See
Thank
you
you.
guys. Bye. Bye.
Awesome. All right, folks. I think with that, we come to the end of session 2 that was planned for today, which was all about image and video generation, and also to show you the power of a workflow where multiple tools kind of come in. Now, I want to ask all of you, how is the day going on for all of you so far? Can you all drop it in on the chat? How is the day going on for all of you? I know that I love it. I know that when you saw the invite of this mastermind, you might have thought, how am I going to really spend 16 hours learning? Is it going to be that exciting for me to be able to hold on to the screen for 16 hours? Well, you almost are at the end of day 1. How many of you would want to take it one level above from here? One level above from here. And what do I mean by that? Well, all of the tools that we saw until now were all tools. But today in the morning, we spoke slightly, just slightly about AI agents. And that was something that Vaibhav spoke about. And he did tell you that he will show you AI agents tomorrow. But there are also agentic AI tools that can think like human beings and perform certain tasks for us. Now, before we get into tomorrow's session, I thought maybe I should teach you some agentic AI tools as well to give you a sense of how these AI tools can actually think. Okay, I see. I'll tell you guys something very, very funny, right? Oh. Did I just turn the chat on to? Okay. This is why we do not turn the chat on to everyone, because of the number of people who are kind of spamming. And Vijay, you are please feel free to drop off from the call if you feel that what we are doing is not worth it. You don't have to mention that 1,000 times on the chat box just for me to see what you are saying after you have spent almost like 7 hours sitting and listening to us and then telling us that we have wasted your time. Who asked you? Who asked you to stay on? You could have dropped off at the beginning itself. A lot of people did drop off. You didn't, which means that you know that you're finding value, but you don't want to accept it outrightly. Folks, I want to ask all of you, are you finding immense value in what we have been able to put together in this mastermind? There you go. This is the real answer. And this is what will keep us going as well. You see, for all the people who are trying to put that negativity just to get attention, I'll tell you one thing, heart to heart, like a brother, right? When you appreciate something that someone is doing, they'll feel like doing much more. When you try to put someone down or pull someone down in spite of taking value, they will not feel like putting their 100% out. 99% of you have mentioned that you're finding immense value. So let's proceed. And now I'm going to show you what you can do today without writing a single line of code. A power that all of us did not have until now. All the non-techies, I mean, techies, I'm sure you know how to write code, but your job is also getting way, way, way easier today. And in fact, your roles as a tech person are evolving, because what you used to do until today, which is write code, build and develop landing pages, develop or build fully functional products, all of that, you don't have to do that anymore. right? We have agentic AI tools that have the ability to understand our needs and go ahead and build fully functional websites, landing pages, products, and everything around it. And this is also something that will give you an insight into the process that was followed by the learners of ours who came forward, demonstrated the products that they built with full confidence in front of thousands of audience. While watching all of them go ahead and demo, I had this question. How many of you would want to get an opportunity like that, wherein you are getting to build something and then put that out and talk about it in front of thousands of people? How many of you would want an opportunity like that? Me on the chat, if you think you will have the confidence to go ahead and present it if that opportunity is given to you. Lots and lots of you. So let me go ahead now start teaching all of you, right? Now, what do I really mean by agentic AI tools and them being able to help us out? By the way, before I get into the section itself, there is an in-depth resource document for session 2 as well that we have created. I will be sharing this as the whole day kind of comes to a conclusion today, because this also has resources about what we are going to be talking about right now. So you have this whole document, which is a comprehensive guide to AI in filmmaking. Everything that we taught you over the last 2.5 to 3 hours is captured right here, along with all the tools that you could go ahead and use. What is the objective of crafting a compelling story with AI? What are the different image generation tools that we showed you and that you could go ahead and use? What is the post-production process and everything around it? Everything is written down over here, and we will be sharing this document right after I finish teaching what all of you are asking me for. Now, let me share my screen once again and dive right into this, right? All right, sharing my screen. Now, I took a use case here because one, I wanted to show you all how an AI generalist today works like. And, being the associate director of growth at Outskill, there are two things that I'm actively doing these days. One, trying to help our team, our internal team, upskill themselves so that they become AI generalists like me, so that they are able to think about problems and solve those problems using AI workflows. And the second thing that I'm actively doing is also to find out people who have the mindset of an AI generalist. And how does that mindset really come in? Now, that is why I took a very simple use case that will relate to everybody, right? And this is something that we actively do inside of Outskill as well. Now, this is our website. Now, when you go into explore courses, you will be able to find the 2-day AI mastermind right here. And the actual price of this mastermind is, of course, upwards of 5,000 rupees. But I know that most of you here have gotten it for a much more lesser price. But let us say we have this landing page already, right? And it's a beautiful looking landing page, and it has multiple sections to it. It has a hero section that clearly talks about what the mastermind is, the dates of it, the past corporate trainings that we have conducted, everything about why learning AI becomes important, the ratings that people have given, who Outskill is for, everything else, including testimonials, are there on this landing page. But currently, what if Webhub comes to me, or what if your manager comes to you with a landing page of a product like this and says that, and this is, by the way, a real incident that happened, and that is the example that I decided to show to all of you, right? We realized that after running multiple types of ads on this landing page, we realized that this was only converting at 6%. What does that mean? If 100 people are coming to this landing page, only 6 of them are going ahead and enrolling into the mastermind. Now, to be able to meet our larger vision of getting to 100 million plus people, we wanted to increase the conversion rate from 6% to all the way to 14%. So slightly double it or slightly increase it even more, after doubling it, right? So we were basically thinking, how can we make the conversion rate, which is 6% to 14%? Or how can I go ahead and create another version or multiple versions of this landing page for the 2-day generative AI mastermind and then do something called as A/B tests. So when I run ads, I can go ahead and distribute the same percentage of audience, 25% to this current landing page, 25% to a new landing page, 25% to a third variation of the landing page, and 25% to the fourth variation of the landing page. And why did we want to do this? We wanted to do this to see which of these 4 iterations would really convert better. Because currently we only have data of one landing page and we wanted to get data of 4 or 3 other landing pages so that we can come to a directional conclusion whether 14% conversion is something that would happen or not. Now, the biggest problem that we had when we had to go ahead and put this out is that our design team, our copy team, content writing team, and our design team got together and they said for each landing page, they would need around 2 weeks, which is when I asked them to give me 3 different iterations of this landing page, they went ahead and said, it will take me 6 weeks in total to be able to give you three iterations of it, right? So what they instead suggested was, they said, we will take 2 weeks to go ahead and give you the landing page. And why don't you run it along with this as an A/B test, split traffic 50-50, see which one is working out. By the time you come to that realization, we will go ahead and work on another version of it. And probably this whole thing will take 1.5 months for us to come to a full conclusion of, right? This is what they said. And I said, we don't have that much time. I can't wait for 1.5 or 2 months for me to be able to conclude this, because I want the conclusion as quickly as possible. And if my landing page is converting at 14%, I would rather go ahead and start running all of my campaigns on that particular landing page. Did you all get a sense of what really happened? Did you understand the scenario? You can give me a quick thumbs up on the reactions if you understood the scenario that I'm trying to explain to all of you. Quick thumbs up. Yeah. The problem statement was that we wanted to increase the conversion rate, but then we did not want to wait for 2 months to have multiple iterations of this landing page. So what did we do? Well, we chose to use AI. But how? Well, that is exactly what I'm going to be showing to all of you right now, right? So we realized that for us to be able to make another version of this particular landing page, we have to go ahead and make copy changes as well, right? Which is the text that is written and everything around it inside the landing page has to completely change. But we didn't want to give it to our content and copywriting team because they said it's going to take time for them to do it. So what did we do? We went ahead to one of our favorite tools, which is ChatGPT itself, right? And inside of ChatGPT, today in the morning when Weber was talking about multiple different models that a tool like ChatGPT has, when you click on this arrow mark, you will be able to see that there is auto, there is instant, there is thinking, and there is pro, which basically does insane research, right? And it also has a legacy model, which is a GPT-4o model. In fact, OpenAI initially had removed the GPT-4o model, but then because of a lot of public requests that came in, they went ahead and decided to add it back. But inside of all of these models, I know that for this kind of a task, I need to use the thinking model because it will allow the AI model to think before spinning out the response. And I wanted ChatGPT to help me with the content for my landing page. Is that a fair thing to expect from ChatGPT? Give me a yes on the chat if you think it is a fair thing to expect that I can get the entire copy written by ChatGPT, because today, the whole day, you saw multiple abilities of ChatGPT and all of these models. So it's very clear in our minds that, hey, if I ask ChatGPT to give me a landing page copy for this, it will be able to do it. But instead of just going and telling ChatGPT that, hey, ChatGPT, I want you to go ahead and give me a landing page copy for a 2-day generative AI mastermind program that we want to run at Outskill. The goal is for us to be able to convert this landing page to 14%. Right? This is one type of prompt that I can of course give to ChatGPT, wherein it currently has no context of our existing landing page. It's a blank canvas. We are starting the process from scratch. But here, this is not what I would do. I will go ahead and use ChatGPT for a completely different purpose. Not act as a content writing specialist, but I'm going to do something very, very differently. I think that if I'm able to somehow show the current landing page to ChatGPT, it will get a better sense of what are we asking from it. It will be able to see this entire landing page, understand why this landing page is converting at 6%, and then be able to give us suggestions that will help us directly get to 14%. That is what I'm going to be doing. But how do I go ahead and give this landing page to ChatGPT? Can you all take a guess? How can I go ahead and give this landing page to ChatGPT? How can I give this landing page to ChatGPT? Okay, URL, link, lots of you are saying, just share the link. Funny, why are you asking us? Well, no. These AI models cannot go into the tool or into any link and do the research for you. They just cannot do that. And if I give this particular link to ChatGPT, what it will end up doing is it's a we learned that these models work based on predictions that they are making. So it will understand that this is a link. It will not be able to go into the link. What it will end up doing is it will read this hyperlink and then it will say, okay, it's a 2-day event that they're talking about. They're talking about AI and they're talking about Mastermind, which could be an educational initiative that they're running, and it will do its guesswork based on that. I don't want it to do any guesswork because this is a direct problem statement of the business that we are running, and we cannot take such risks where AI could go ahead and hallucinate. So while even if I put this link, you will end up thinking that ChatGPT is still giving a response, but it is actually not giving an accurate response because it can't read through this entire page or by itself if you provide the URL. What you need to do is you need to go ahead and somehow figure out how can you go ahead and give a snapshot of this to ChatGPT, right? So I use this tool quite extensively, which is called Go Full Page. It's just a Chromium browser extension, and once you have that, you will be able to take the snapshot of any page whatsoever. And it gives you two options. You see on the screen that the whole snapshot of the landing page got created right here. And I have two options here. One is to download the PDF and the other one is to download the JPEG image. So I've downloaded the JPEG image and now I come to ChatGPT and I'm going to put this image in ChatGPT, right? And now I'm going to give my instruction to ChatGPT, or rather my prompt, and listen to what I say. Hey ChatGPT, I want you to take the role of an expert conversion rate optimizer who has more than 30 years of experience. As a CRO expert, I want you to go ahead and analyze the existing landing page of the generative AI mastermind that we conduct at Outskill. I have provided the screenshot of the current landing page that we use. The problem is that the current landing page is only converting at 6%. And we want to create another landing page that converts at 14%. So as a CRO analyst, I want you to wear a critiquing lens and I want you to go through every section of this landing page by breaking it down into multiple sections. Wear a critiquing lens, go through every section and tell me what are the things that I should change in every section of the landing page on a copy level and also a design level. And once you do this analysis for every section of the page, I also want you to take the role of an expert copywriter, and based on the CRO analysis that you're doing, I want you to create a new version of the copy for this landing page for me, which I will then go ahead and share with my design team so that they can create a stunning looking landing page for the AI mastermind for me. Did you understand the entire task that I have explained to you? So this is basically what I have told ChatGPT. I told it that, hey, I want you to act as a conversion rate optimization expert. Now, people who have at least more than 10 years of experience here on the call, you would really know who a conversion rate optimization expert is, right? But for all the others, CRO experts are those who basically do a lot of A/B tests. Their main role is to go ahead and understand what are some things that are working on a product or on a website or on a landing page that are leading to conversion and that are leading to drops as well. And usually a CRO expert charges somewhere between 20 to 30 lakhs per annum. But here, I don't have a CRO expert at Outskill. We don't have a full-time CRO expert, even though we run a lot of campaigns. Reason being, we give the same role to AI. And look at what it's doing currently. It is structuring the CRO teardown, right? We'll give it a few seconds because I'm using the thinking model here. I didn't want it to give me any random result here. I wanted it to think like a CRO expert and then critique every section of the landing page. So it essentially has to break down the whole section and then give me suggestions on a copy and on a design level. So what does it say? Absolutely, I've got the brief and I'll treat this like a full CRO teardown plus copy rewrite to move you from 6% to a realistic 12 to 16% range. So it's not even saying 14% now, but it's saying I can get it to this particular range. And one of the reasons why I asked this, and I would highly recommend you also to do that next time you use any AI model, is ask the AI model whether it understood. Because when you do that, it will first tell you what it understood. And that way you will understand whether it's like talking to a human intern, right? I would not let my intern go ahead and do it without explaining to me what they understood about the task. When they explain to me, I know what they have understood. I know what I have communicated, what they have understood, and how much of their understanding can they go ahead and execute, right? So very, very similar to how you treat a human being is how I would treat an AI model, right? And as you can see, it has broken it down to multiple sections, right? It has broken it down into so many sections. This is absolutely nuts. And it's still writing it, by the way. It's updating the whole copy. And what is it saying? Let's just take a look at one section in the interest of time. It identified the issues noticed. It is suggesting fixes. Same for every section. What are the issues and what are the fixes? And as I scroll down, it has gone ahead and rewritten the entire landing page copy for me based on what it has thought is right. Do you think this is mind blowing? Drop in MB on the chat if you find this mind blowing. And this will also give me a sense of how much are all of you understanding at this point of time. Love it. Love it. All right. So now that we have this, right, what is the next step? The problem statement earlier was I have to have copy. And now we have new copy and we also have a CRO analysis right in front of us. What is the next step? Can someone take a guess? What should we do now? Usually, once you have the copy, who do you go to? Can you comment on the chat and let me know? Who do you go to? You go to a developer? Yeah. You go to a designer and a developer. Exactly. But now I'm not going to go to a designer nor am I going to a developer. I'm going to go to this incredible tool called bolt.new. Right? This is going to be my designer and developer, not a human being. What am I going to do here? I will simply copy this entire thing that ChatGPT has given me as a CRO expert and as a copywriter. I come to Bolt, and Bolt is an incredible tool for you to be able to go ahead and build products, build websites, and build landing pages without writing a single line of code, but by talking to it with natural language. And that natural language is essentially English, right? And there are other tools as well that are available like lovable.dev. There is Replit and all of these. Replit was recently in the news for some wrong reasons as well. But yeah, all of these tools also exist and I'll show you the differences between these tools. But let's go ahead and put our designer plus developer to work. What do I do? I first go ahead and paste the entire dump from ChatGPT. And then I need to go ahead and give some context to Bolt also, right? And so here is the context that I will go ahead and give to Bolt. Hey, I want you to take the role of an expert visual designer who has more than 20 years of work experience and has worked with brands like Apple, Netflix, Cred, and is incredibly good at designing and developing highly polished landing pages. The current landing page of the generative AI mastermind that we conduct converts at 6%. And we wanted to increase the conversion rate to 14%. For which we went to a CRO expert, asked the CRO expert to analyze the entire landing page and give their critique and also rewrite the copy based on the critique that they had given. I have attached the entire CRO teardown below and I want you to take a look at it. Now, based on the new copy that is suggested by the CRO expert, I want you to go ahead and design a new landing page for me that looks very premium, highly polished. Use black and neon green colors because those are the brand colors of Outskill and I would want that to really stand out. But I want this landing page to give a very, very luxurious and premium looking feel whenever someone visits it. I sometimes even forget what I'm speaking when such long prompts are given. But yes, I think the context has fit in very well and all the CRO teardown is right here. And then I go ahead and hit generate. A lot of people, what they do when they hear of tools like Bolt and Lovable, etc., is they go ahead, open the tool, and then they start giving one-liner or two-liner prompts. And then they come back and say that, hey, the tool is hallucinating. AI is just a buzzword. These AI models or these AI tools don't work at all. Boss, the AI models and the AI tools are working very well. It is on us to be able to guide them, to be able to show them the direction because these models have been trained on large data sets. They don't have a direction. It is our responsibility to give them a direction. And as we gave the prompt, Bolt went ahead and thought for 7 seconds. And when you click on it, it will also show you the thinking process that it followed. And a true AI generalist always reads what the model is thinking. A rookie AI user would never bother about what the AI model is thinking and then come and cry that the AI model did not think in the right direction. But here, I always read how the AI model is thinking and I correct it if required. Because if the thinking goes wrong, everything goes wrong, right? So here it says user is asking me to create a landing page based on the detailed CRO teardown they have provided. They want to redesign this landing page, improve the conversion rate. They provided me detailed CRO teardown and everything around it. Wonderful. It started thinking in the right direction and it says these are the core features that it will include and these are the design elements that it will go ahead and follow. Now, as this is happening, right, I want to show you what is happening on the back end of this tool at this point of time. It is writing hundreds of lines of code for us in a matter of seconds. Give me a heart if this, give me a red heart or a thumbs up if you think this is absolutely mind blowing. It has gone ahead and created all of these components. It has just finished working on the curriculum section. In fact, it is still writing as we look at it. It has finished the hero section right here, the outcome section right here. It has defined the target audience as well right here, all in the form of code, thousands of lines of code, and it is still continuing. It is now talking about workflows and now working on the mentors section. This is what is possible with AI today. All that we use is natural language. And look at what is happening. Now I can do the same in Lovable as well. I told you Lovable is a different tool and I'll show you Lovable as well. So this is what Lovable looks like. And I put in the same prompt on Lovable also. And guess what? I told you I want 3 variations. We can make it 5 as well. How? Because these are not human beings. You can open as many tabs of Bolt as you would want. You can open as many tabs of Lovable as you may want, and you can give the same prompt again and again and again. And always remember this. This is a pro tip that I will give you. Any AI model that is out there, you can prompt it the same prompt 100 times. It will never generate the same output. The outputs will look very similar, but there will always be a differentiation that it will bring in. And this way, I can basically go ahead and create 10 different landing pages all at once. Have 3 different AI. Currently on my system, if I have to translate this into very, very simple terms, I have 3 different designers working parallelly. I have 3 different developers working parallelly, all of them designing and writing code at the same freaking time. Now you tell me, if you have a problem in your mind today, if you have an idea of going ahead and building something, can anything stop you from going ahead and building that? On the chat, tell me, if you have an idea and you don't build that today, whose fault will it be? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is on us today. It's not on anybody else. It is on us to decide what is it that we want to do with this powerful technology that is in front of us. Right now, let's come back to the first tab of Bolt. This is what it says. And it says, I have created a stunning premium landing page that implements all the CRO recommendations. And then it says potential problems detected. Now, let me tell you all, I'm not a technical person. The little code that I know today is because of working on these AI models multiple times, right? And going into these code lines, that is all that I know. But all of these AI models or tools like Bolt and Lovable, whenever they fall into problems, they also have the ability to go ahead and understand and fix the problems on their own. So you might have heard engineers always come back and say, hey, there are bugs that I need to fix, right? Now these tools have become so powerful that they identify bugs on their own and they fix those bugs also on their own. So now it's done. I click on preview and there you go. The whole landing page is currently ready. Drop in a boom on the chat if this is something exciting for you. Someone's like, it's not free, dear. Of course it's not free. Of course, for all these tools to work, they use something called as GPUs. And these GPUs are insanely expensive. There is one company that has become a $1 trillion company just because of GPU prices going up and GPU demand going up. Can all of you guess which company am I talking about? It almost went into bankruptcy and then now it's a $1 trillion company. Absolutely. You all are amazing, which means you are secretly staying on top of what is happening in the AI space as well. Nvidia is the company primarily because of GPU, right? And that is why, but compare the price of a Bolt to a price of a designer and a developer. You will have your answer. But let's take a look at this landing page. It says outskill, outcomes, curriculum, mentors, pricing section, FAQ section, all of it right at the top. Wonderful. Become AI productive in 2 days. It has given an early bird offer here. Timer is running. It says see the curriculum. Okay, this button is currently not functioning. And it also says attend day 1. If you're not thrilled, email us for a full refund. I don't think we would get any refund at all, even if we put this bold claim out. But as you scroll down, it also has the outcome section with very, very poppy cards. I love the design that it has created here. And it says, is this for you? Perfect for, probably not for. Very, very nice. We don't even have this section on our current landing page at this point of time. I think this is something that we should add to be able to give people a lot more clarity. What is it that we will cover in 2 days? It has gone ahead and created cards for each of the agenda items on day 1 and day 2. The workflows that we will be building, mentors. Okay, it has gotten the names wrong for now because we had not given it the names, but we can go ahead and update the names on this, and bonuses included and everything around it. Wonderful. Wonderful. What do you folks think about this landing page? Does it look neat? Does it look like a landing page that your designer and developer would have built? Yes, on the chat, if you think this is absolutely neat work, that more than, I agree, more than. I mean, this is an output that we got in 2 minutes. What I do is I go back to Bolt. I would go back to Bolt and I would make, further improvements to this. And it's very easy to make those improvements as well, right? Like, for example, let's say you, let me show this very quickly to all of you so that you can play around with it much later. Let's say this is the section that I want to slightly change, right? I can simply take a screenshot of this. There's so many hearts on my screenshot. My God, I hope Bolt doesn't get confused. But I can simply say, can you change the start date of the cohort which is mentioned to, let's say, sometime in December? And can you also change the price to 5,000 INR? And then you can keep going on and on until you get your fully refined product, right? But I'm sure Lovable is also done. And this is what Lovable has gone ahead and created. And if you click on this button, you will be able to see the code that Lovable also has written. But let me directly jump into the preview of what Lovable has built for us. Lovable also is incredibly powerful. It says, become AI productive in 2 days. The copy is going to look similar because we put the same copy in, but the outcomes, the design has changed here. Is this for you? Perfect for and probably not for. What will we cover? You see, the design is completely different over here, and it has given a nice option to download this as a PDF as well. Wonderful. Workflows that we will build, excellent. Meet your mentors, what learners have to say. Bonuses included, incredible. And here it got the price as 4,999. And I told you that I'll also go ahead and give Bolt one more task, and it was running parallelly, but it ran into a problem here. So I asked it to fix it right now. But let us see the preview that Bolt has created in the third iteration. Ooh, ooh, I already like it. There you go. All right. It has added this section here. Okay, this has the same layout, similar layout. Okay, okay. Between these two that Bolt itself has created, let me actually show that other one to you. Did I just close that tab? Okay. No worries. I think I just closed the previous tab, but look at Bolt itself giving a different design this time in spite of the prompt being the same, right? And this is how all of you can go ahead and build dashboards completely. I'll also show you very quickly something that I had built for one of my clients very recently, and this was on a different tool called Replit that I chose to build this tool on. They basically run a subscription product, which is a salad subscription service. And it's a new startup, and they did not have an automated dashboard to be able to track all of their subscriptions completely, right? So I went ahead, they reached out to me and I built out something for them. And I'll just show this to you for you to see the potential. I'm just opening it up. Yeah. So these are the kind of things that you will be able to build, right? So this is a fully functional subscription product that has been built out. And today, since it's a weekend, there are no deliveries that they do today, but these are the active subscriptions. These are the completed subscriptions. There are paused subscriptions, separate tab where all the subscription details are also put out, space for them to go ahead and track their income and expense and all of that. And trust me when I say this, this entire product was built without writing a single line of code. I don't know why my camera went off. Let me switch this to a different camera. You should all be able to see me now. Of course, the what do I say? The quality might be slightly different because the main camera got shut. So I'm using the other camera. Now you can laugh. Now you can all laugh on the emoji. I will not take offense if you laugh right now. All right. But folks, did you all understand the power of agentic AI tools? Yes, on the chat, if you understood the power of agentic AI tools. Incredible, right? Drop in incredible on the chat if you think what you just saw is just mind blowing. And I'm going to take it one step above. I'm still going to take it one step above. And people who are asking when is the end time, we did tell you that it's 7 p.m. IST. There's a lot to learn, lot to do, right? Wonderful. Let me take it one step above. Now you saw that, tools like Bolt, tools like Lovable, etc. have this beautiful interface. Folks, just give me 1 second as all of you put those laughing emojis on. I'm going to turn this thing off because I know that it is slightly distracting all of you. So I'm just going to turn this light off. Give me just 1 second to do that. All right. I think now you will be able to see me much better. Give me a thumbs up if you're all able to see me. Give me a thumbs up if you're all able to see me. And the session is going to go on for about half an hour to 45 minutes from now. We will not be stretching till 7 p.m. IST because we also want to give you enough rest. But there is one more exciting thing that I want to show to all of you, right? And this is very futuristic. Now, you saw Bolt and you saw that we can technically use natural language, which is English, to be able to talk to tools like these and get things done. Well, guess what? These tools are not only for the purpose of building, landing pages or products, etc. Let us say I have built this entire landing page out for the AI mastermind. Now, let us say I also want to go ahead and build a promotional campaign for this. There is this incredible tool that I wanted to introduce to all of you, which is called Humanic, right? It's an email marketing platform, but I would say this is the future of email marketing. Why do I say that? Because I will actually log in and show you what you can really do with Humanic as a tool. And we have been using this extensively at Outskill because, it is an AI driven email marketing tool that people could essentially go ahead and use, right? You can generate campaigns, email campaigns and marketing campaigns just with prompts, with natural language. You can have a curated set of LLM models. I'll show this actually to you, and you can connect multiple domains into this platform as well. All of this is there, right? The big shift that Humanic folks are aiming at is to move from traditional marketing to agentic marketing. And this is the future that we are going to be seeing. Now, as I sign up into this, right, it will take me into the login page. Give me a second. Folks, if you go into the tool at this point of time, it's going to become very, very slow. Please don't do that. But until now, we marketers always built our campaigns by brainstorming with different teams and writing everything manually. We could of course go ahead and ask ChatGPT to do it today. But what ChatGPT or any AI model by itself does is it gives you the content. You still have to use a tool like MailChimp or a tool like WebEngage to go ahead and design that entire content. Let's say you are writing an email, or let's say you are doing a newsletter. You still have to go ahead and design it manually all by yourself, but not anymore if you start using something like Humanic, right? Now, I will go ahead and do a quick demo to all of you, but there are some incredible things that Humanic has added to its backend, which is there is this button called there is this resource button that they have added right on their dashboard. And when you click on it, they have added a lot of guides that people can actually go through to become better users of AI and prompting, right? So when you look at this, there is a guide about lifecycle email prompting, which has instructions of how do you go ahead and write the prompt really, really well so that the AI model truly understands what you want and gives you the output based on what you want. Did you all understand from the entire of day one today that the heart and soul of every output is the prompt? Did you all understand that? Give me a quick thumbs up if you understood that the heart and soul of everything inside a generative AI model is the prompt. The better your prompt is, the better the AI model is able to understand your prompt, the better will be your output. So these guys have gone ahead and given multiple guides that you can use even not only on Humanic, but even on tools like ChatGPT and Claude. What are the kind of prompting styles that you could essentially go ahead and use? Everything around that is something that they have included over here. This is primarily for those folks who write a lot of campaigns, who send out emails and everything around it, because this is like a full ecosystem all by itself. And let us say I click on I want to create a promotion campaign for, let's say, outskill.com's AI mastermind. This promotional campaign should be targeted to people who would be showing interest in the generative AI mastermind. And this promotional campaign should allow or make those people register for the generative AI mastermind. So all that I'm saying is create a promotional campaign for my outskill.com's AI mastermind. And I'll tell you why I have given the complete website details over here, right? So when I click on enter, you will end up coming to a page like this where you have an AI agent that says, I will create a promotional email campaign for your generative AI mastermind at outskill.com. They have, of course, gotten the dates and the times wrong because they're still building a lot of features inside of it. But the beauty about Humanic is that I just mentioned outskill.com and it was able to go into our website, and it has that ability of going into the website and pulling out pictures, pulling out intricate details. And here it again goes ahead and it has started to write the entire code here, right? So if I click on it, I can literally see what it is currently doing. It's talking about what our alumni are saying, the program details and everything around it. All of that is coming up right here. 30 spots available. Great. And in just a matter of seconds, you will see the magic happen in front of your eyes. So what did we do? We created three entire landing pages for the generative AI mastermind in just a few minutes. And now we are creating a promotional campaign as well. And there you go. It says, become a generative AI expert in the AI first world. Hey, username, in today's rapidly evolving AI landscape, staying ahead isn't just an advantage, it's a necessity. Generative AI is transforming how we work. Are you ready to harness this powerful technology? What will you master? The outskill.com advantage, what our alumni is saying. And all of this is put in sections which you don't get in any other AI model. Is this mind blowing? Give me a heart if this is mind-blowing. And what you could do is you could also send a test of this to your own email and you can see what it's going to look like. You can click on send, and if you have your domain and all of that put in, that is not the account that I'm showing to all of you because we run a lot of campaigns through Humanic. But if you have all of that put in, you will be able to send your email directly from here. And let us say you don't like this section, you can simply tell it that this is the section that I don't like. I want you to go ahead and design it differently, right? What I'm trying to show to all of you, I'll not run this prompt in the interest of time right now, but what I'm showing to all of you is that ultimately it is all coming down to us talking to a computer and the computer doing the whole work for us. And in tools like this just does not run the Claude Sonnet 3.7 model. This runs the Claude Sonnet 4. This runs Claude Opus 4.1. This also runs Gemini 2.5 Pro. GPT-5 also is something that it runs. And OpenAI O3 model, which is not even there on ChatGPT right now, is something that it is still using on the backend. So whenever you put up any prompt, you can choose which model that you would want to go ahead and use here, and you can attach files and do all of that insane stuff as well. And this is when I first got introduced to Humanic, I was mind blown primarily because of the fact that all of this we are able to do with natural language today, which is we are talking. That's all that we are doing. And we don't have to get into the nitty-gritties of, hey, I have to drag this element, put this, oh my God, the element size got changed. How do I correct it? I'm not so hands-on with these tools. No. If you know how to communicate well, you can pretty much go ahead and use all of these tools, right? And get them to do things for you if you know which model to use where and which tool to use where. All right. Now, what I want to share with all of you is I will go ahead and share a bunch of things right now. One is, of course, the document or the resource document of the session 2 that we had, which was on filmmaking or video and image generation with AI. It is right on the chat box for all of you to go ahead and click on, for all of you to go ahead and bookmark, right? But this doesn't still bring us to the end of today, because I want to go ahead and still give you all value and prep you up for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, like we mentioned, is day 2 of the AI Mastermind, right? And before you come back tomorrow, there's something very important that I wanted to quickly talk about, right? Now, if you're wondering why my browser also has a prompt box in it, it's because I use an agentic browser called Comet. And yeah, I mean, everything that I do or that we do today is all with prompts. It's absolutely with prompts. I'll show you one quick example, right? Like, for example, let us say, in fact, this is something that we will show you tomorrow, not now, right? In the interest of time, because we will also be covering agentic tools tomorrow, right? Or for example, let me do this. Can you check and tell me which was the YouTube video that I was watching last night? It was a video where someone was, talking about a book and all of that. I don't remember which video I was watching. Can you go ahead and tell me that? Right? And I click enter. There is an assistant inside my browser. It retrieves the details from my history. I'm not doing anything, right? And there you go. It came out and it has given me, the video that I was watching last night, and it has given me the link as well right here. I can
This
create
week,
from here, right? So a lot of things we can do. Tomorrow we will explore Comet slightly more because it's an agentic browser and there's a lot that it can do, right? But what I want to leave you all with today is is not only the schedule that we will be following tomorrow, but it's also the roadmap. If you remember, how many levels did Vaibhav speak about today in the morning for people to become AI generalists? Can you all drop it in on the chat? How many levels did Vaibhav speak about? 10, 100? Exactly, exactly. We spoke about 5 levels in the morning. But the 5 levels that we spoke about in the morning are levels that will help you go from zero, which is what all of you stated, not me stating. When I launched the poll today in the morning, 90% of you said that you're beginners when it comes to AI. Do you feel slightly better? In fact, before I go into this section, I want to ask the same people right now. If you have given yourself a beginner rating in the poll today in the morning, do you feel slightly better right now from being a beginner who has probably used ChatGPT and Claude to growing in the last 8 hours to understanding the length and breadth? And today was just day one, right? Now, today, the morning, when we spoke about the roadmap that people should follow to be able to become AI generalists, we dumbed it down. And Vaibhav did tell you that we kind of dumbed it down because if we show you the actual roadmap, your minds would absolutely be blown and you would not even understand it, right? But I think now that we are coming to the end of day one, it is important for you to know what the real roadmap looks like. And we are going to be talking more about this same roadmap tomorrow as well. But the intent is the intent of conducting this entire mastermind for us has been to help you get started on the journey of becoming an AI generalist, to get you to expose you to the length and breadth, and then help you move forward from there. And that is with this roadmap. Now, as I give you this roadmap right now, I want all of you to note down the advanced 5 levels that everybody has to really, really go through to be able to become AI generalists. Without any support, it took us about 3.5 years to be able to cover all of these 5 different levels. The levels might only be 5, but for each level, there is so much depth that you have to go into that it takes time. But it is extremely important to give it that time in today's world, because tomorrow, if you, after attending this mastermind, choose to not go deep into AI, a lot of AI generalists are going to, are going to come up in the next couple of years itself. In fact, I feel it's going to happen faster than a couple of years itself, which is why thousands of people are coming to us to learn today. That is how much everybody is trying to get equip themselves with these skills. And that is the reason why, because we can't, of course, teach everything, what we have done at Outskill is we have built out a roadmap and we have actively been, you know, sharing this roadmap with as many people as possible. If you have watched Web of Sisinti's podcast as well, you would find him talking about the same 5 levels that I'm going to be talking about right now. We, of course, did not speak about this roadmap in the morning today. We dumbed it down because we felt that you would not be able to grasp it then, but I feel you will be able to grasp it now. So take out your notebooks, take out your pens and make notes of what are the 5 advanced levels that you need to go into to become an AI generalist. Well, level 1, of course, it starts with the one key or the heart and soul of everything that you will be doing with AI, which is advanced prompt engineering. There are multiple prompting techniques that we saw today and we went deep into one. We used the magic prompt formula. Tomorrow we are going to learn 2 different prompting types called system prompts and markdown prompting structure. They are absolutely important for you to be able to build AI agents. But then there are a lot of other prompting techniques as well. And that is something that you need to learn so that you understand how these AI models process the instructions that we give. And this might not be completely relevant if you're only going to continue to use ChatGPT. But I do not want to put you in that bucket of people who will only use ChatGPT. I want to put all of you into the bucket of people who will actually become AI generalists and who will look at solving problems with AI by building products, by setting up automations, by building AI agents as well. And for that, prompting is the key. So mastering advanced prompting techniques, knowing how to install AI models locally, understanding OpenAI Playground or Google AI Playground, and what are the different parameters that you can tweak on these playgrounds is extremely important. While when you go to ChatGPT, you only have a prompt box and no parameters to tweak. If you go into a platform like Google AI Studio, or tomorrow we will also be showing you the OpenAI Playground. When you go into it, you will realize that there are multiple parameters that you can control and change. And based on how you are controlling and changing the parameters, the outputs also will differ. That is what you need to be able to do as an AI generalist. And once you do that, you should learn about MCPs, Model Context Protocol. This is a new technology that this company called Anthropic had launched, and then all the other companies have started building their own versions of MCPs. But MCPs are basically digital connectors. And with MCPs, if you are able to set up MCP connections, you will be able to go ahead and simplify the way you use multiple different tools. You will be able to integrate all of them together, make the tools talk to each other without you having to manually intervene. And these MCPs can be run both online and offline. You need to learn that, and then you also need to learn how autonomous voice agents would really work and what are semi-autonomous AI agents that are there. Level 3 is all about diffusion models. You saw the power of diffusion models in Shantanu's session today. That is, it does not end there. Why do you think a few people were joking around on the chat saying, are you folks AI clones? It is because you can create a clone that looks exactly like you, that talks exactly like you, that sounds exactly like you, and nobody will be able to pinpoint any difference between your real version and between the tool version as well. Right? So going very deep into diffusion models is absolutely important. We did one part of it today, but there is a whole ocean when you look at all of these diffusion models. And I'm very happy that you got to see a tool like Kriya today that hosts a lot of diffusion models. It hosts the VO3 model, the image gen model, the Kriya models itself. It hosts the ChatGPT models also. It is always good to know the different models that you can play around with. That is the exposure that AI generalists need to have. And level 4, once you go deep into diffusion models, you also need to go then very deep into how you can build AI products without writing a single line of code. This is what you saw in the lunch break today when some of our learners had come out and demoed some things that they came together and built. And once you go deep into AI products, you need to then go into automations. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, okay, just give me 1 second. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we are going to go into automations, and we are also going to go into product building, and that is why you should absolutely not miss out on what we will be doing tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Of course, day after tomorrow, like I mentioned, is only for those people who are able to complete day 1 and day 2 end to end. So if your attendance has not been tracked, or if you have not been able to complete both of these days, you will automatically get excluded from the list for day 3, where we would actually go slightly deep into product building. But no matter how much we are touching upon each of these levels in this particular mastermind, you have to go deep into them, and going deep into them will take at least 2 to 2.5 years from what we have seen from other people, right? Now, it is not just these levels that you need to look at. You also need to